So episode 5, cost of competing. Now, I think cost of competing is a lot more for women than men. I don't know about that.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
Well, do you think the cost for competing is more for a man or a woman?
Oh, more for a woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I guess I was
In what way?
following.
Because of suits? Makeup?
Well, we're going to go over all of that, but
okay.
yes, I think so. Basically, the statement of the day is bodybuilding is not a poor man's sport.
No. Ooh.
You want to compete in bodybuilding. You want to do it right.
Yeah.
It is not a cheap hobby.
Yeah.
You have to have money to do it, and you can't skimp on certain things that will reflect in your physique, in your overall presentation at the show.
This is going to be good.
Correct?
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Why don't you start
Glad
it
you're
off?
excited.
Here.
I just did.
No, full.
Bodybuilding isn't a poor man's sport.
Good. Okay, so let's go over the first topic, coach. On average, what does a coach usually cost per month?
A coach could range anywhere from $200 to $500 or $600.
Okay. So in the course of a year, it could be maybe $5,000 for a coach,
Right.
right?
But yeah, that's something that I feel like a lot of people want to have. And like I said during a previous podcast, is they kind of want to just have it for prep instead of all year round, where you're not going to progress unless you really know what you're doing. Unless you have somebody that can help you, you need a coach all year round. But coaching itself, 200, 5, 6. I mean,
no, I know.
People have more than that, but coach is going to cost a lot of money. Then you got your food. Okay. So food, I don't really put in the mix because food, you have to eat regardless.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that I spend more on food in the off season.
Because you're buying extra shit.
Because I'm like, oh, let's go out to dinner on the weekends and let me buy Chipotle instead.
Yeah, but on average, I mean, this is for two of us. We spend $250, $300 on groceries per week.
So, and we're not even buying crazy things.
No,
it's literally just
we do buy organic
meat. Well, we do. Yes.
We spend more money on high quality stuff.
Correct.
So,
which I think is good for your body long term. I don't think it's beneficial
for bodybuilding.
Yeah. No. For bodybuilding, you could live off chicken at Walmart and be fine.
We used to.
Right. But I think in long terms of your health, you want to get the organic stuff. So either way, that's not something you can skimp on having organic, I think. Then you get gym memberships,
$50,
$100, right?
Yeah.
Something you have to have. A lot of people try to skimp on that and try to do home workouts. And for bodybuilding, it just doesn't work.
No.
Does not work.
No, not at all. I mean,
you could do a couple things at home. You could do arm day at home.
No, for how?
Well, maybe I could do arm day at home.
With what? What do we have? A fucking gallon of water?
If you actually had like some weights.
Okay, that's for you.
Okay, so your gym membership. Then you have supplements. And I'm talking health supplements before we get into the gear supplements. So health supplements is things like multivitamin, fish oil,
liver formula, kidney,
citrus bergamot, NAC, vitamin D3.
Fucking.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I set around
for sure
$200 to $500 maybe for supplements a month.
Yeah. Do you have a tally of all this at the end?
I do. Okay. I have it. I didn't give it to you because I knew you wouldn't be able to keep track.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So you have your supplements and you can't skip these.
No.
You can't skip these. No. And this is something that I don't think you should skimp. You could skimp on them, right? So you could not take any vitamins and probably maybe have a good physique, but your health down the road is probably not going to be very good. Correct?
I guess.
You don't think? If you don't think, then why the hell are you taking all those supplements?
I like to call it insurance.
Okay. So we got supplements. Yep. Then we have gear.
Yeah.
So depending upon where you are in your bodybuilding journey, where you are in your bodybuilding journey, and also what division you're doing. So like, let's say if you're a bikini competitor, you're probably not going to spend much money on gear versus if you're a super heavyweight bodybuilder, you're going to spend a lot more on gear.
Right.
Okay. So it could be anywhere from $0 if you're natural to, I don't know, you tell me, $500 a month?
Oh,
More?
no.
Well, I guess if you add in growth hormone, $1,000 a month.
No. How many kids are you trying to go through?
I don't know. So stupid, man. Okay.
Maybe let's just say
You look like you're trying to take a shit when
No.
you do it. Don't do that anymore.
I would say probably let's just say see, you see it. I told you.
It was a little fuzzy.
Yeah. I don't know, like let's say like $750 a month.
Okay. All right. That's it.
It's another car payment.
Okay. So then you got massages and therapy.
Man.
So again, depending upon if you're a young buck, 18 years old, you probably don't have to even stretch and you can get by. When you get to be in your 30s, you have to get massages. You have to get like monthly massages. You have to get therapy done. You have injuries, tweaks, whatever.
200 a week sounds good.
200 a week
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
people who are maybe like yourself with a little more issues
Yes.
versus maybe someone like me, every other.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. I'm sorry. How much are you spending on your therapy
I don't
with
need to
Dr. A?
tell these people
I'll tell them.
$230.
You're seeing
$230 a week.
exactly. I'm not seeing her.
$260 a week. $260.
Okay. So anyways, you're proving my point.
So
Okay.
I feel great.
Well, good. See, but that's what it takes.
I feel great. Actually, I go there every time.
I know. Every morning you're like,
Shoulders feeling
I'm
good.
like, is your arm not working today? You're like,
No, it works. We're clicking and clacking.
every night you're like,
Oh,
did you hear that? I can't fucking hear anything. Yes. Okay. So then we have, so that all is just to be a bodybuilder, right? So all of those things that I just went over,
yeah.
that's, you're paying for a coach, you're going to the gym, you're training, all of that stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So that's all of that. Then you have to factor in your show. Okay.
Okay.
So show day. So I said all of that is around $5,000 for a 20-week prep.
What about the coach? The coach is $5.
No. You did for a year.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so if you do, let's say a 20-week prep, so that's not saying that's all year. That'd be
So
way
you think
more.
it's five-
So
so
I
you think
did
it's like
somewhere
five-
down in the middle.
All right. So $5,000.
Yeah. So around $5,000 for a 20-week
20
prep.
weeks. Okay.
All of that. And that doesn't include your show day.
Okay.
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 So then you talk about your show.
Cool.
This is where I think it gets more expensive for the female
For sure.
versus the male.
For sure.
How much are your trunks?
$60. I got
Right.
mine for free last year.
Right. But
So-
$60.
Right. 60.
$60 and then you have a tan
Yeah.
and that's it.
It's like 100 and something bucks.
Right. Whereas a female you have the tan,
Mhm.
which can be anywhere from $100 to $200 depending upon if you're doing a regular show or a national level show.
Mhm.
You have your hair and your makeup. That can be from $200 to $300, which I think is absurd, but that's how much it costs. You have your suit, which can be anywhere from $500 to $1,000. Thankfully, I have my sponsor, Angel Competitions Bikini, that gives me a suit every year. But their suits can be, you want the really bedazzled, everything glammed out. It's going to be like $1,000. Then you got your heels, which is $50 to $100. So that's all the extra girl stuff. Then every competitor has to have their NPC card. So not just your registration for the show, you have to have your NPC card, which is now $150. So you have to pay that every year, one time. So $150. Then you have your registration, and that includes how many divisions are you doing. So for the people that want to do
Trophy chasing motherfuckers.
well, let's say you want to do true novice because you never competed before. Then you want to do novice because you've never won your class. Then you want to do masters because you're over 30.
Holy shit. You got a novice in the Masters?
And then you want to do
over 40?
open.
Oh,
Yeah, you could do that too. But then that's 4.
open. What if you cross?
So think about that's like $100 each.
But what if you do like bodybuilding and classic?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know people like that, trophy chasing motherfuckers. I'll have all this stupid shit in my house. Look at how much I won. Yeah,
I know.
call them out right now.
You're a little angry today.
I'm fucking tired of people. This is our podcast.
Okay.
I could say whatever we want on this podcast.
You still have to deal with me when you get home. You can't say whatever you want.
You.
Okay, so anywhere from, honestly, depending upon how many classes you do, could be like $100 to like $500 if you're doing like a bunch of classes.
Yeah.
But also a registration for a national level show could be like $200, $300.
I think it's $250, and I think a late fee is like I think some are $350 now, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So then you got your NPC card, your registration. Then
Travel.
if you have to travel for the show.
That's a low travel budget.
Well, I don't know. Depending upon driving or if you're flying, a ticket could be $500.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So, and then I said hotel could be $200 per night.
Okay.
So depending upon how many nights, of course you could save money on this if it's a local show, but a national level show, you're flying out there. Yeah. You're flying out there days in advance because your water is going to get messed up if you fly the day before. Nobody flies the day before a show. You got to check in the day before the show. But people will do that. But your body's gonna.
You're just fucking.
Well, people don't know that.
No,
and I think it's important to know that you got to fly a couple days.
What people know for this, what we're going over?
We're trying to educate them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's not all about you.
Keep going.
It's always about you.
Keep going.
Okay, so you have all this stuff. So your show day alone, and I put in the middle, right? Maybe higher end, it's going to be $3,000 if you have to travel and everything.
With all that, okay.
With all of that. So you're talking for a whole 20-week prep for your show day and for coaching and everything. It's like almost $8,000 to $9,000. That's a lot of money.
Would you round it up just to 10 for good measures? Just to say, hey, it's 10.
Maybe. Or you could round it down if you're going to use an old suit, if you're going to do your own hair. I've saved money that way. Save $100, just straighten my hair like this, So there's ways that you can do it that's cheaper, but there's also things you can't skimp on, like your tan.
Yeah.
You can't skimp your tan. You just can't.
So that's 5 months prep, right?
That's 5. So I did a 20-week prep. Yeah. So those are the numbers for a 20-week prep.
So what's that per month? I'm actually curious. Say $9,000.
So $9,000, if it's $9,000 divided by 5, $1,800 a month. So that's $1,800 a month. And that's if you really, and I say the high end of, you're doing everything. You're doing the supplements, you're getting massages done. You're, getting your hair, your makeup, all that stuff done. You could probably cut that down by like $500, depending upon if it's a local show. But like, the point is if you're living paycheck to paycheck,
you're trying to do
it's going to be very hard to compete and do it right.
I agree.
Because what happens when you're 2 months out from a show, you're 3 months in, and all of a sudden you can't pay your coach? Your coach is probably not going to continue to coach you, right? Or what happens if you get close to the show, you can't afford your suit, and then you get a suit that doesn't fit right. And then it's like you're spending all of this money only to, now you're not going to look as good because you didn't book a tan and you're using leftover tan, and you don't have a suit that fits properly, right? And you didn't get your makeup and your hair done. I mean, I think all of that stuff, I think if you truly want to do it the right way, all of that stuff matters.
Yeah, but you're going to go through a 20-week prep and then not do that at the end. You're not going to get the good tan. You're going to skimp out on getting your makeup done. Like, you're going to do the half-ass shit at the end on the day that it actually counts.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I feel like the people that are doing the half-ass shit at the end have been doing half-ass shit the whole time.
My whole fucking point.
The whole time. Yep. They've been, I skipped my cardio.
Sorry, I'll make it.
I ran out of Anavar.
Yeah.
I guess I got to order it.
Oh.
You didn't think about ordering that 2 weeks ago when you had 7 pills left?
Hey.
Now.
Hey, I'm out of Clen. Oh.
Exactly.
Are we going to continue? Well, motherfucker, we're a couple weeks out. What do you mean we're going to continue? I guess I got to order.
Right.
I don't have the money to.
Right. Well, and you got to think too, like, I mean, again, it's just having any other hobby that you want to, that like you may not be able to do because you have bills to pay, and then you get a flat tire. You got to get all new tires.
I understand.
And then, because I've had that happen with clients where they're like, something comes up or their husband loses their job, they lose their job, or something happens.
I understand.
I totally understand. But like, those are big things. But then you got little things like, well, I have to pay for this. I have to pay for my car broke down or something like that. And it's like, that's way more important than a prep. But
if your car broke down?
Yeah. Like, you can't get to work, you can't do this, but like, you have to pay for it. But what I'm saying is, it's just being financially responsible. Of, you're doing this sport, you got to make sure you got money. You can't live paycheck. If you live paycheck to paycheck, and I will say Who did that? That's like the top pro that lived. Kai Green, right? Kai Green has no money.
What?
Didn't he have no money when he was doing this? Right? So Kai Green, when he first got started, had no money. And I will say he's probably the only person because of genetics that could actually do the sport and get by.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, most everybody else does not have those genetics. So like people could always argue, oh, well, Kai Green did it this way, blah, blah, blah. Well, you ain't Kai Green, right?
Yeah. I have nothing to say. I mean, you hit everything. I don't know what to say now.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I guess it's just, you have to be financially responsible. You have to be responsible to mature enough to do the sport anyway, and to do it right. And if you're not going to do it, then don't do it at all. That's what I think.
Touche. And you have
totally lost you on this, huh?
Yeah, you just because you went on this fucking roll. You just
Did I?
blasted through.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. So now you guys know how much it costs.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's basically what it was going to be. Is
just you fucking blowing through this.
Well, what else do you want to add?
I want to add nothing but the long-term health implications from competing.
Okay.
That's what you have written down here.
Such a dick, man. Okay, so then the cost of competing becomes exponentially more if you don't stop doing this.
I'm listening.
No, you're not. Okay, so the cost of competing becomes a lot more. I'm not even going to look at you. So if you don't take care of yourself, so again, if you're not taking supplements, if you're not, which costs money. I didn't even have that on.
No blood work. Oh. You have no health insurance on here.
Well, I think most people have health insurance, right?
No way. You know how many people don't have health insurance?
Well, if you don't have health insurance, you can pay for it.
Blood work.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Blood work. I'm writing it down. We got it. Blood work. Anything else?
What if you're doing echocardiograms, calcium score tests, and
yeah, I mean, if you have any health,
blood work would probably be the real one that would need to be on there.
Yeah, but I don't think that's like what, a $300, $200 fee every quarter.
Yeah, probably.
So.
Okay.
I mean, and again, it's just, I think the biggest thing that we're trying to drive home is it's not only is it expensive, it can be expensive on your health if you're not doing the proper things to take care of yourself. If you're running gear all the time, if you're not taking care of yourself, that's going to cause the most health implications.
Yeah.
That is going to cost you more money in the long run. So
I don't think this changes much when you're a pro either.
No, I think that, again, with sponsors, like I said, I have a suit company that gives me a suit, thankfully, every year. People can get their shows paid for. Some sponsors will pay for travel and pay for your show entry fee. So that'll save you $500.
Yeah.
But even as a pro, you have to pay for your pro card.
Yeah.
So just like your NPC card, you have to pay for your IFBB pro card.
Yeah.
And then
you don't have to pay for registrations.
No,
I don't know if you
still have to pay for tan. You still have to pay. Yeah. Unless you have somebody that will
sponsor you for that.
Correct.
Okay.
Unless you're that big that I would assume maybe Laura Lee and the really top girls, the makeup artist that does a lot of the girls' makeups.
Sometimes people are sponsored from Pro Tan.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. My ex was.
On that note, thanks for joining in. This is cost of competing, and get yourself a sugar daddy.
Yeah, basically, do an only.
God damn it, Ty! That shit flying around.
Get yourself on. Maybe that's why people do the OnlyFans so much.
No,
pay for it.
No, they don't.
I know. I'm kidding.
Feetfinder.com.
That's really what I should do.
You probably should.
All right. Well.
All right.
Basically, get your money in order so you can compete. Do it right.
Or have a real life. Till next time, I'm your host. Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Do you know who that's from? It's Anchorman.
Yeah.